Hey guys, welcome back to Shelf Life Extension. I'm Alexis, and today I'm going to be doing the Extravafangza book tag, created by Shelby from the Eclectic Aficionado. Alright, so this tag consists of 12 questions, all revolving around supernatural related questions, even though it is Extravafangza and it vampirism kind of takes precedence, but generally it's open for interpretation and anything, so I'm pulling in from a couple different sources. But I mainly stuck it to books as much as I can, simply because that was what I could really think of and look at and decipher from. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So question number 1 is Blood Bank, your favorite or best book or series within the supernatural genre. And I picked Soulless because that is the one that I am currently reading right now. I literally love everything about it. I love all the characters, and it's like one of those things where it's like I don't actually get annoyed with any of the characters or what's happening, so I legitimately enjoy pretty much everything about it. And so yeah, and if you haven't checked out that series, you definitely should. I bought the first manga, then Shelby read it, and then she bought the second and third manga, and I'm on the third book, so I'm currently reading the second manga and the third book at the same time. And yeah, otherwise it's a great series, so Soulless, that is my favorite right now. Question number 2 is Fangbanger, most mainstream book or series. I want to say Twilight. I don't want to agree with Shelby as far as Twilight, because everybody knows what Twilight is and everybody has an opinion on Twilight, and then everybody kind of associates vampire books back to Twilight because of how big it got. But I also want to mention the Vampire Diaries, because I think that is super mainstream, considering that's been on the CW for the past like 5 years now, and it's on like what, the 6th season or something, and that one caters obviously to more people get that channel, so it is more mainstream than the rest. So I'm gonna say Twilight and the Vampire Diaries, which I stopped watching after like season 4 because it's like the same thing over and over. Question number 3 is Failed Fledgling, worst book or series. And for this, I'm actually gonna talk about Blood and Chocolate, which I don't think a lot of people know about or remember, because it was a standalone novel. It came out way back in the day, and then they did make a movie about it, but the movie sucked really bad. It sucks because I liked the actress and the actor that they chose for the parts, and they definitely like aged them up, which I thought was a very good choice, but overall the movie really sucked and it wasn't well received. So overall, like, the story just isn't up to par with the rest of what's being written and out there. There's so many other better things, and there's just so many other books that you could read besides that. I just don't think it was very successful. Question number 4 is Lineage, most interesting or original take in the genre. And I'm gonna talk about Vampire Academy because I really enjoy the take that they took on that, considering the Moroi and the Strigoi and the overall like Dampier hierarchy that it really has. And I also like the fact that they all have like elemental powers and stuff like that. I just like the whole hierarchy and the whole dynamic of that series. I think it's really cool. Question number 5, Bloodbath, book or series with the most action. And for this, I'm gonna mention Anita Blake because I absolutely love that series, and I think that that is pretty consistent with the blood and gore and with the murder and all that stuff, because it takes into account not only just vampires, but also zombies and necromancers and voodoo, hoodoo. Literally, there's so much stuff in there, and there's so much blood and gore, and there's so much fighting and action, and it's amazing. It's so much fun, and I absolutely enjoy that series. Question number 6 is Bloodlust, book or series with the steamiest scenes. And for this, I'm actually gonna mention the Blood of the Demon series, which I have mentioned on my channel multiple times. That book has so much intimacy, and they're all like relatively good scenes too, you know what I mean? So I think that's a great choice for this question. There's a lot of it, and a lot of it's good, so there. Question number 7 is Thirst Quencher, the most satisfying ending. And for this, I'm actually gonna mention all of Susanna Kearsley's novels, because although it's not necessarily supernatural per se, it's like realistic, supernatural, urban fantasy kind of stuff, but it does have that fantasy element to it and supernatural element to them. I think that they sit well within this grouping, and all of those books, they're all standalones, and they all have the best endings, and they always blow me away and make me feel amazing, and I just literally love all of them. So yes. Question number 8, Sundown, most believable creatures. And for this, I'm gonna agree with Shelby and say Anne Rice, because those are the vampires that make the most sense to me. As far as like, if vampires were real, I would think that they would be like that, because they're so classic and they really cater to just the basic ideas and mottos of vampires that really takes it back to the past and what was originally thought up as for a vampire to be like and how they would live and all that stuff. So I think Anne Rice was on point with that. Question number 9 is feeding frenzy. Most interesting culture or creature dynamic. And for this, I'm actually going to talk about the Iron Druid Chronicles, mainly because one, it's druidism, which I think is so cool and fascinating, but also because it takes into account the gods and goddesses and mythology, and there's also vampires and werewolves and witches and so many other things within that series, and it's so much fun and it's so cool to kind of see this new take on it and see how the actual concept of mythology, lore, and religion plays into the supernatural and how it all like works together. It's a lot of fun and I really enjoy that book and series, and yes, if you haven't gone on it, you should. Question number 10, master, sexiest creature, and this is hard because there's so many, but I think I'm gonna take it back old school and I'm gonna talk about Vampire Hunter D, which is a very old animated film. There's 2 films now, and then I believe they made books off of it too, but Vampire Hunter D is sexy in his mysteriousness, you know, because he is a Dhampir. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like the son of Dracula. He is like the prince of vampires, but he's a Dhampir, so he's half human, half vampire. He has so much power and he's such an amazing character, and he's so sexy because he literally is so stoic and mysterious, and he's a good guy, but he's not a good guy. He's like the perfect anti-hero, and I think he's amazing. So Vampire Hunter D is sexy. Question number 11 is Old Blood, best creature powers and abilities. And honestly, I'm gonna talk about freaking Twilight because she could have done so much better with this, but honestly, in Twilight, all the vampires had really cool powers. They all individually had cool powers. It makes me very sad that that series is bad and that I hate it. But you have to give it to her for creating that concept that each individual vampire had an individual power that they could use, and I honestly thought there were some really cool ones, and there could have been so much more done with that, but just saying. And then question number 12 is the choice. Would you take the bite of night or the bite of fur? And honestly, that really depends on what kind of world we are living in as far as how the vampires are and how the were-creatures are, right? So I personally, as much as I romanticize vampires, I would honestly go with the bite of fur, particularly if it was like a werefox or a were-panther or a were-tiger, you know, any other were-animal besides just a werewolf, which I'd be fine with a werewolf, okay? Let's just be honest here. But I would totally want to be a were-fox. Just saying. So, if I could be a were-fox, I would totally do that. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and leave me comments down below with your answers to some of these questions, and I will be glad to check those over. Also, I'm kind of sorry I've been really MIA. I haven't been on Twitter really a lot. I haven't really been on YouTube a lot. I haven't been commenting to people. I haven't been responding to people. I have been so busy. It's not funny and it's kind of making me reconsider how I want to schedule my videos. So honestly, I'm kind of thinking maybe every Tuesday, Friday, or every Monday, Thursday, taking it down to 2 videos a week rather than 3 because my schedule is getting super crazy. Not only am I picking up a lot of extra shifts at Barnes & Noble, I'm also being offered another part-time job with Shelby's mom, the company that she works for, which would add tech on another like 10 hours a week, but I'd be getting paid more. So a lot of stuff is happening in this moment in time in my life, and it's only gonna get even more so throughout the summer and then after. And then of course I'm in school as well full-time, so it's literally not fun right now. But I really want to try and keep up with BookTube and YouTube and everything, but it's just, I can't get in that headspace to want to, and it's making reading hard as well and keeping up with my TBRs and everything. So honestly, I think I'm gonna take it down to 2 videos a week. I will update you when I figure out what schedule I kind of want to do. But you know, thank you guys for staying with me. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing to me and letting me do this, because I do enjoy it so much, and it's making me really sad how I've had to kind of take a step away from it to just do everything else. But I definitely want to continue, and then hopefully once things start to become more smooth and adjusted and cemented, then maybe I could get back on my regular schedule and get back into everything. But again, thank you guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, so again, thank you for watching, and I'll check you guys out later. Bye.